Cool. So we're getting started, and I'm going to load this up, and hopefully you'll be able to see my screen in just a moment. You'll have to let me know if I need to zoom in a bit more onto it, but hopefully it's okay. So let's do this. That's a bit too big. Maybe this will work. That's probably better. And I'll share my screen. Cool. Let me know you can see my screen. Awesome. So what we're going to be focusing on is 2023. So how do we generate leads in 2023? So the main purpose of this is to give you a good base to kind of work from. Leads changes. The way that we generate leads changes, and it's changed quite rapidly over the last 1 to 2 years. So once you've gone through this webinar with me, you'll be up to date with what's working right now and the best way to start doing that in your business and kind of where to move forward in that as well. You all know who I am, I'm sure, so I don't need to go over that. And a lot has changed since 2000 or in 2023, really 2022, this started to happen. And you might have seen this. Even ClickFunnels themselves now is starting to come out and say, hey, funnels aren't working so well. And they're trying to direct everyone into a different kind of funnel solution, like called linchpin funnels. And I mentioned ClickFunnels simply because funnels have been the staple of online business for the last 5 or 6 years. So 5 years ago, 6 years ago, everyone was talking about funnels, sales funnels, and why everyone needed a sales funnel. You know, a sales funnel is kind of like a viable replacement for a website. And I'm sure everyone on this call has maybe 3, maybe 4 different software that generate sales funnels. Maybe you've got a favorite one of yours. And funnels, they have an opt-in page. They're kind of static. You update them once and then they're there. They're helping you to sell. And I've used sales funnels a lot. So we've done, over the time that I've been in business, sales funnels, maybe over 100 sales funnels, maybe more, where we've actually put them together from scratch with upsells and upgrades. Or if they're just simple opt-in funnels, then I've been doing that for maybe 10, 15 years. So sales funnels kind of took a hit. And the question is why? Why did that happen? Why are sales funnels not working as well? And what's next? So ClickFunnels has come out saying that, hey, our funnels aren't working as well. And I think that if I've got a quote in here where someone actually, Russell Brunson actually said that, what did he say? I'll skip forward just so I can have a look at it. He actually said, traditional funnels are broken, and which is why you must use the linchpin. So a linchpin is kind of like a subscription model where you've got people subscribing, kind of like, I guess, a recurring subscription, like a membership site has, and he is making the case that within your sales funnel, you need to have recurring income. That's what I understand from what I've heard people talking about it. I haven't actually seen any presentations on it, but that's my understanding anyway. So I believe that the next big thing is not going to be sales funnels. I think that sales funnels have run their course, and I'll tell you why I believe that they've run their course. And I'm not saying that they don't work, because they definitely do. We still sell a lot through sales funnels, but I've definitely noticed a hesitancy and a few things over the last year, which leads me to believe that, as ClickFunnels is saying, that sales funnels aren't as effective as they once were. And I think it comes down to a couple of things. And I mentioned this a bit in the past, but I'll be able to make a bit more of a case now as to how this relates to leads. So what's working right now? What's working right now is that, and this is maybe stepping forward a little bit too much actually, but trust plus value equal leads. So the reason that I believe that sales funnels are not working as effectively is the first one here and the second, trust and value. So why would I say that? You can probably think about how things have moved and where you consume content and what kind of content you consume. If you're on this webinar, it is because you have some level of trust for me, and you also have some belief that there'll be value on this webinar. Just the same with anyone out there on the internet. Within a sales funnel, what's happened is that there's been so many sales funnels that have been run. There's been so many hard marketing tactics used with sales funnels that there has been an erosion of trust. So when you see a sales funnel, often you'll think not so much about, hey, am I interested in buying this product? The first thing that might come to mind is, how many upgrades are in this sales funnel and how much am I going to have to spend to get what I want out of this? So if there's promises on the front page am I going to receive this with this product, or do I have to buy 2 or 3 products after in order to get that? Who has that go through their mind when they're going through a sales funnel? For me, I've seen so many of these that it definitely does cross my mind. And I usually want to know what's in the sales funnel before I go in there, which is usually a sign that my mind is somewhere else other than the sales message. And as marketers or as business people, we want people focused on the message, not on what might, like, the arrangement. You want to kind of remove that from people's mind. The natural process of a sale is to remove any objections possible. And this is one objection that's very difficult to remove out of a sales funnel, is that objection of, hey, am I going to have to spend lots and lots of money when I go through this sales funnel? And am I really going to get what I want for the price listed on this page, or am I going to have to buy whatever's on the next page and the next page? So who has that go through their head? Let me know. Just say yes if that's you. For me, it definitely has been the case. And I think that's been the case for a lot of people. Sales funnels worked incredibly effectively, but they can only work for so long. And now what people want is they want a connection. They want to know that the person they're buying from has their best interests at heart. And they also want to know that when they buy whatever product it is, that they're going to get that product. It's going to be delivered and they'll get the value from that. And that's where the value comes in as well. People no longer are looking at sales funnels and thinking, hey, should I buy from this person? It's more like, do I trust this person? And trust is built through providing value. And that's why social and influencers and influencer marketing has become the major way to build trust, but also to build an audience, because it's all about value. If you're running a sales funnels campaign and you're competing against a person who has a lot of social credibility, and I mean social credibility by they have lots of followers, they have been providing value to those followers on a regular basis through a channel such as YouTube, and someone is consuming their content on a regular basis and then sees a sales message from them, they're going to have a lot more likelihood in buying, because there's been a transaction of a value while they've been watching those videos, as opposed to someone that's going cold from a sales funnel. So that's one of the reasons that ads aren't working as effectively. So what you want to build is you want to build trust and you want to build value. And the best way to do that, to build trust, is to build community, to build connection, and to make people feel safe. People want to feel safe. When they're purchasing something, the reason that they're thinking twice when they're going through a sales funnel is they don't feel safe going through that, because they've had maybe a bad experience in the past or something similar to that. Or maybe it's just that it's run its course and people are just like, hey, I just can't be bothered putting the investment into this when I don't know whether I'm going to get what's on the front end. And I just can't be bothered going through all these different steps to even, I don't even want to go there. I'll find some other way of getting it. So these are the things that are running through people's minds right now. So what I want to introduce is this method right here. And this is what we are using. And this is what I believe is the way to build trust, give value, and as a result of that, build a business that is good for you, good for your customers, and one that will generate plenty of leads on an ongoing basis. And it puts community at the core. What we're doing with community is we are building a platform around trust and value. If you are creating a community hub, people that join that hub, they will build trust with you based on the value you're posting within that hub and the connection they get within that hub as well. So then all you really need to do is that you want to build trust, you want to build value within your audience. So then it's just a question of how do we get people into this environment where we can provide them that? And that's where these come in. And I'm going to go into each one of these steps in detail in this call. And this is all we're going to be covering today. We're just going to be covering this method right here. And I'll be showing you some new features we've added into Community that if you're a Community customer, I think you'll be excited by, because they will help you to implement this model right here really effectively. Let's look at it. So what we have is we've got trust marketing is the #1 high earning skill of 2023. So this is happening. You'll notice the influencers are getting bigger. People are like, if you see some of the people that are influencers these days, many influencers are worth millions upon millions. And the reason is that their brand means something. They've got trust of a large proportion of people on the internet. And as a result of that, companies want to work with them because they've got a lot of trust that they can utilize. They've maybe provided a lot of value through entertainment or through education to their audience. And as a result of that, they then are able to advertise certain products, advertise their brand, or a way of getting closer to their brand, connecting with them in a new way. And if you're in the consulting model, then that way is usually through a one-on-one consultation or paying for consulting, paying for a training program, all of that. I think some of the stuff that I've purchased recently, and it's all been from social media. Most of the decisions I've made have been based on someone that I've found on social media. I've gone and connected with them, and I've built, there's been enough trust to actually invest with them. Sometimes I've invested in the thousands of dollars in order to get something of value from one of these people that I've discovered over social media. And I hadn't done that previously. It was maybe 2 years ago that this started to happen. Prior to that, I'd be looking at connections that I had, sales funnels. Now it's all through social, and then just reaching out to the person, connecting with them, having a conversation. So trust marketing is providing an audience with value so they want to come back for more. And I added this quote in here because I thought it was really interesting. And I wanted to direct your attention to maybe a problem here if you've been looking at this, because there is a lot of talk about linchpin funnels at the moment. I don't know if you've heard of them, but with sales funnels, I think they're on the decline. And I don't think there's much that's going to rescue them because of this big issue around trust and value. Sales funnels cannot provide the amount of trust to a person and credibility as connecting with someone can through, say, a community hub. And also on top of that, you don't get any value. There's no exchange of value with the sales funnel unless you're giving something away where it's of significant value. But then there's always that transactional kind of, hey, am I just getting this so maybe you can sell me something in the next page, which is what I don't necessarily want. So building trust and getting attention is the answer. So how you build trust? Well, give away incredible value consistently. So step one to doing that is to get attention. So this part here is all about attention. These days, attention is the currency that will help you to build leads. So what we want to do to build leads is we want to, first of all, establish trust. We want to give value. And also we want to get people's attention. If we can get their attention and we're giving away a lot of value, which builds trust, then why wouldn't people want to join our subscriber list? Why wouldn't they want to join our community hub? It makes sense. Obviously, they will want to if there's something in it for them, and they through watching our videos or through engaging with our content over social media, they are getting something that they want from that. Is this making sense? Let me know if this step is making sense, because this is a really important one when it comes to leads. So whatever we're doing, whether it is social media, whether it is advertising, or whether it's referrals, we want to be making sure that we're providing a lot of value to people, because that's what's going to help us to stand out over social media and out there in the world when people are making decisions as to whether they're going to join our community hub or not. So what are the best networks to do this right now? I'm just going to cover social media today. I'm not going to go into referrals or ads. Ads, again, you're not going to start ads until you've got social media going. You shouldn't anyway. And referrals something naturally that will come as a result of having people come in, and there's ways of incentivizing that. But for the benefits of time today, I'm just going to be focusing on these two right here. So social media sites that are working right now for generating leads that are doing really, really well, where people are generating consistent results, getting clients, so YouTube and Instagram. So YouTube, obviously, being able to provide video content in a short form or long form kind of way. Shorts being short form, long form being regular YouTube videos. And then Instagram, where you're able to use reels and video content to post on a regular basis in order to get attention and provide value as well. These two social media networks are working really well right now. So to get started on these, all you really need to do, and this is what I've been doing as well, and I'm working through this process at the moment myself, and what you need to do is, first of all, write down 100 hooks. So if you've got an audience that you're trying to appeal to, so what is your niche right now? Let me know some of your niches that are out there right now. I know that we've got people inside of community who their niches are fitness. We've got churches, we've got masculinity, men's groups. We also have, as part of that, financial groups, investment groups, and we also have, as like he's saying, fitness, fat loss. So what you do in business consulting, business consulting is a good one. Online marketing, obviously, as well. So what you want to do is you want to write down 100 hooks, and hooks are things that will get people's attention. And how do you get people's attention? By saying something they're thinking, or saying something that will appeal to them in some sort of way. So some of the ways that you might do this is how I went from, for a fitness example, maybe how I went from 200 pounds to 130 pounds in 6 weeks. Or for a business consulting one, it could be, for example, how I went from no clients to 10 clients within 30 days, or whatever you would have that you've been able to achieve. The other way that you do this as well is by asking questions and kind of thinking about what people are asking in their minds. So some of the examples that I've given here are your funnels failing? Or linchpin funnels won't save you. Now, this could be positioned as a question. Are linchpin funnels the next big thing, or something like that? Something that kind of preempts people that they're thinking in their mind. And what this does is when you post this out as social media content on a place like YouTube, for example, people are searching for content all the time. So you're going to find a lot of results will come from organic. Other results as well will be presented as recommendations to people that YouTube identifies through their algorithm would be interested in what you're posting. So if you're posting on a consistent basis, you've written down 100 hooks, for example, and 100 questions, and you're doing this consistently, then you're going to start to see results. So how do you do this consistently? A lot of people seem to be held back by a couple of things. And the first one is that they're not sure how to post video content. And the second one is they're not sure if people will be interested in the video content that they post. Who's in that category right now? Let me know if that's the case with you. And Derry, give me a message. I'll make a note of that, and I'll see if I can get someone to help you out with that. Cool. So how to solve the first one of those problems? So the first one of those problems is that you're not sure what to post, or not sure how to create the video or how to post. And what it is when you're starting out, 80% is your hook. So your headline is the most important thing. So as you're working on your headline, what you want to be doing is thinking about what is going to go ahead and get people's attention. So this is a really good suggestion, Lucky, that if you really want to, if it's too much to think about that. Now, obviously, if you're familiar with your niche, you probably think up some things that will get people's attention. But if you want to fast track it using something like ChatGPT to generate a bunch of hooks for you, it's a really quick solution, because it'll create some stuff that you can then edit and use. It won't create exactly what you need. It'll create some stuff that you can edit and use. And then as you start to post content, what you'll see is that your message will start to adjust based on how people react to it. You'll have 1 or 2 videos that might go a little bit viral, where you'll have more people watching them than before. And what you then want to do is you then want to learn from that, and you start wanting to post consistent content in that area. So for me, thanks, Terry. So for me, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to post this content on a regular basis, and then I want to understand what people want. So for me, what I found out is I had more traction from funnels in my recent postings on YouTube than I did anything else, which means that there's more interest in sales funnels than there is in different content. So it means that the videos that I was posting were posting questions about funnels. I wasn't making any statements. I wasn't saying funnels don't work or anything like that. It was more of a question of, hey, are funnels really the best way to be doing this? Or are funnels really that effective in 2023? Prompting questions. So if people are searching through YouTube and they're kind of thinking, hey, I wonder if my funnels are, if there's something wrong with funnels, or maybe, why are my funnels not working so well? Kind of answering those questions for people. And there'll be ways that you can kind of implement that in your niche as well. So that's the key, to think about something that is going to get people's attention. And you may not know the answers at first, but even just having 100 ideas you can kind of start with will help, and 100 questions that will help as well. Another really interesting way of doing this is by going into a book in your niche. Just look at the chapters and reposition those chapters as questions. So if you see a book, you open a book. I don't have any in front of me right now, but if you had a book in front of you, you'd be able to see there's a chapter that'll cover a particular topic. Go in there, you'll be able to read about that particular topic, write questions down if it's in your niche that come to mind as you're reading that indexed content. That's really going to help you as well. And then what you want to do is you want to post on a regular basis, because the most important thing with social media is consistency. So right now I'm in the process of creating a plan for going out in a big way over YouTube, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram. And what you want to do is you want to start with one network to start off with. So for me, it's YouTube that I'll be starting with, and then I'll be moving from there, as I've just realized I haven't yet turned off the ability to draw. One sec. As someone's drawing over the content. All right, let's remove that. Cool. And now I need to annotate. It's okay. I left that open, not intentionally, but it's cool to know that it's there, actually. I might actually use it. So what we're able to do is we're able to then go ahead and we're able to post on a consistent basis and learn from what we're getting. And the other thing you want to find is you want to find stuff that gets people's attention. So my wife's been posting recently over Instagram, for example, and it's usually the videos that get both negative and positive that are going to get the algorithm going. Because if you can get someone that is, upset about a post you're doing, and you can get someone that also loves it, it's like where people feel strongly about it, that's going to be more shareable, and the algorithm will pick that up, and that will be a better way of being able to get exposure as well. And a really good question here from Lucky on regarding trust. Is it better to be on front of camera, so video content, or to show your face versus written or images? And yes, as much as I don't like to say it, it is, because people connect with faces, people connect with people. And these days, personal branding is everything. And personal branding is first and business is second. People don't connect with logos, they connect with faces. So the more you can get yourself comfortable, even if it's daunting and you don't particularly like the idea, the more you can get yourself comfortable with being a personal brand and being out there, putting your content out there in a way that's interesting, especially in particular video content, it's going to really help your business, because you'll notice that people will be way more receptive to it. So, and you'll notice as well that you'll start to get messages from other creators and other people, because you're simply going to that effort of posting videos on a regular basis. And you'll find that it's interesting who you actually get in touch with. The other thing that you'll notice is that if you are currently selling consulting, or you're selling a product, as soon as you start posting content and you've got viewers watching that content, you're going to be making more sales automatically. And the reason is that people that buy from you will be watching your content. They'll be thinking about buying from you. They may not go ahead and buy from you, but maybe a recommendation or a video will show up from you, which will, again, refresh their mind about you and get them thinking about you again and that deal that they wanted to buy from you, and then actually going ahead and purchasing it. When I'm more active on YouTube, my sales go up by at least 30 to 50%. When I'm inactive on YouTube, it's noticeable that sales drop off. And the reason I believe is through the recommendations that people get. Even just seeing me there puts my face in front of people on a consistent basis, which does translate into sales. Most people that purchase from you will also be consuming your content. I think of my own behavior as well. When I'm out there and I'm watching content from people, then I'm going to be more likely to go ahead and purchase that content. That is a courier who is going to be delivering something. I really want to answer it, but I'll leave it. And then from there, what you're able to do is you're able to then go out and you'll be able to build trust with that particular person as well. So it's kind of like trust building by, giving value, and through that value, you're able to then, get attention. I'm just going to message my wife because this person will be downstairs. So one sec. And then she'll be able to get it. Okay, one sec. I'm just going to quickly answer this because it'll cause a problem if I don't. One moment. Sorry about that. All right, cool. Where are you going? So that's one of the reasons that we want to be engaging and doing that as well. Cool. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we then want to go ahead and we want to reach out to people. So as we're posting, what you'll notice is that comments will come in and likes as well. So as people are coming in and as we're getting more likes, we're getting more comments coming in, then what we can do is we can then engage with those people that are commenting. So for example, does anyone here regularly comment on videos or images or Instagram posts or engage on social media? Let me know. Put a 1 in the box if you do. I didn't used to do this. Now I do on a regular basis because it's good to get kind of in the mode and you kind of feel good about engaging because it gives you confidence that when you're posting your own content as well, because you're already engaging, it's a lot more natural when you go to post your own thing. So one challenge that I make for you is that, hey, if you're looking at other people's content and you're engaging with that content in terms of watching it, start posting comments about it. Also opens you up for connections as well. I've noticed that when I am engaging with other people's content, they're also paying attention to me over social media. So if I'm on Instagram, I'm engaging with people's content that I like and I follow. Same with YouTube as well, because things just come out of that. And also you get people's attention. They start to recognize your name. They start to see you. And then maybe they have a look at your YouTube channel. Maybe they actually engage with one of your photos on Instagram and suddenly they're following you. So these things really help as well. Now, why have I put this post up here? What Frank Kern is doing here is, and you'll notice this here as well, is that he is inviting people to comment. So he's actually inviting people to comment. The reason he's inviting people to comment is that when they comment, he actually will go out and reach out to them over social media. So he'll connect with them and give them value. And the reason that he's connecting with them and giving value is that, first of all, when he messages them, it's more personal. If you get a message from Frank Kern, or if someone that's following you gets a message from you when they're engaging with your content, immediately they're going to be like, wow, this is great. This is awesome. This person actually reached out to me. I'm going to have a conversation with them. And if you just genuinely have a conversation with them for a few minutes, it doesn't need to be a long conversation, then they're going to be more interested. And then what you can do is you can introduce them to your community hub where you've got lots of other content, or maybe you can give them something for free, which will then lead them into your subscriber list if they're not already subscribed. Does that kind of make sense? And that means that you don't need to be posting advertising over social media because that's going to be bad for your results. What you can do is you can kind of do it subtly, kind of by stealth, where people are posting comments, they're responding or they're messaging, and then you're approaching them on a personal basis. You're just spending a little bit of time to go out and post to them directly and comment, message them. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. Okay, so it makes sense. So that's all we're doing. We're basically going out and we're kind of fishing for people that are interested in what we have. And we're posting content on a regular basis because if we start to resonate with our audience on what they want, if we start to post things that are interesting, and if they believe the things that we believe about what we're talking about in business, if they find it interesting and compelling what we're actually posting, then what we're going to find is that we're going to have people that are commenting over time who will be great leads for our community hub and will become great clients of ours as well. And they'll be more willing to buy from you if they've already been consuming your content for a few weeks, as opposed to if they're just fresh. They don't know who you are, you've just come out of the blue, or maybe they've discovered your sales funnel. They're going to be way more likely to buy from you if they have some sort of track record there where they've been watching you on a regular basis. And that's another reason why this is working so much better than sales funnels, for example, because sales funnels are usually presented cold through ads or another metric like that, where there's not that engagement, there's not that relationship, there isn't that time to kind of develop a connection and trust with those people who are watching you, which you can do over social media. And then you can translate and bring into step number 2, which is to direct their attention into your community hub. And the reason that I believe that you should be directing people into your community hubs is because this is the replacement for your website. This is the replacement for your sales funnels. It offers you absolutely everything that you need in order to build a more close relationship with your audience, to then really find who wants to buy from you and do that in many ways. So let me share with you kind of how that works. Now, is everyone on this call familiar with Community, by the way? Put a 1 in the box if you are. I know most of you are customers. Put a 2 in the box if you're unfamiliar. So if I need to actually describe it a little bit, if I don't, then I'm just going to kind of run through this. Some of you are unfamiliar with it. Okay, I'm surprised actually. There's quite a few of you that are unfamiliar with it. Okay, cool. So I'm going to share with you now. So you have to excuse me. I'm having some water because I'm still a little bit sick. So Community is your website. So Community gives you everything that you need. Essentially what Community is it is a single centralized hub for all of your communication, all of your personal communication. So over social media, you are going to be posting general content, because what you're doing is you're trying to get people generally interested in what it is that your message is. But you don't want to be, you want to kind of be specific, but not too specific, because you want to kind of get people interested in following you. And then you've got to kind of post content on a regular basis that fits in with that, that kind of, that channel. And you've got to post very like in that channel, and you don't want to get too detailed because that'll turn people off. No one's going to be interested in the details. Everyone's interested in the broad ideas, and the hooks are really the most important thing with social media. Get people's attention and then engage them on a regular basis. And the hook is what makes you stand out. When you then want to build a closer relationship with them, you want to then make a sale. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to take them from social media off, or you'll need to engage with them in a direct conversation over social media through conversational chat, through Instagram chat, for example, YouTube chat. I don't know if YouTube has chat. I don't think they do. So then you can't really do that through YouTube. The only really way to do it is through Instagram, as far as I know. Maybe YouTube does have chat. I haven't used it. But what you want to do is you want to get them then off into, or a percentage of them who are big fans of yours, off into your engagement, like where you're going to engage them. So there's many ways of doing this. Most people, what they do is they send them directly to an opt-in page. So they go to an opt-in page or a website, and then from there, you're emailing them on a regular basis. So the one way that you can get in touch with them, the one way you can engage them is then through email. The difficulty there is the email open rates are quite bad. Email is not something that everyone uses these days. Most people don't open it. And the other issue is that it's very cold. You're taking someone from a personal environment on social media, and then you're kind of forcing them into a very impersonal approach through email. And email does work. I'm not saying it doesn't, but a better way is to actually take them into a community. So take them into an area where there are other people that also are following your content that they can engage with. A community where you've got previous posts, you're posting value on a regular basis, you're building trust with your audience. People are able to communicate, they're able to ask you questions, and you're able to answer them directly. And then also where this comes in is it's a landing page. It's available on mobile, so it works on mobile. It has a community in there for people to engage as well. A place for courses, for events, for payments, chat, and coaching. So you can take people into your community hub who are, for example, on your social media, following you over social media. And then from there, what you can do is you can then go ahead and you can engage them within your community hub through these multiple ways. And the way that you engage them, the way that this is working really, really well is through events and chat. So chat is the best way of doing this. I would say 3 years ago, I made 0 sales through chat. We didn't make any sales. I didn't even really consider it. And then over the last 2 years, it's become maybe most of the sales, definitely most of the sales that I tend to make these days are through chat. And if they're not through chat, then it's through usually selling through a post, a webinar, and then continuing the conversation through chat and being able to then find out whether what I've got on offer is going to be a good fit for that person, and they're able to have a conversation with me, and I'm able to tell them honestly whether I think it is a good fit or not. And then they can use that information to either go and buy, or they make the decision not to buy. But the chat itself is really, really good because you're able to then to have a conversation with people, and that's what people want. That's what your prospects will want. they'll want to have a conversation with you and they'll want to identify whether this is right for them or not. So chat is a really important component. So chat kind of fills that questions answers component. So you can get your prospects and get their questions answered about different offers that you have, or enter a conversation with you, or you can open a conversation where then you can say, hey, I have this offer, and you can then provide a lot of value to them for a small cost. And if you provide enough value that it's a no-brainer, then you're going to find that lots of people within your community hub who have come in, who have become leads of yours, subscribers, are then going to want to buy what you have. So then from there, what we want to do is we want to also, and we can do this as well, we want to use events to further engage our audience and to find out what people want, what people are interested in, and also direct them to our offers as well. So events are an important part. Just like we're doing this event today, within community, you can actually run events on a regular basis that are connected up to Zoom, and those events are an opportunity for your community to come together, to meet together, and to learn about different topics. Then you can use that content in many different ways. So this particular webinar that we're doing right now, this is going to be future video content. It's going to be posted within community. It's also going to be divided up and become a course in future that'll be available in community as well. So there's many different ways of kind of using this and utilizing that as well. So this is a way that these are kind of the two main ways. Obviously, you can still sell through communities. You can still sell through your courses. You're not going to find that you'll have as much happening. And also we replace payments in community as well. Payments being a big one. We're in the process of rolling that out at the moment, where you don't even need a shopping cart. You don't need any additional software. You don't need to interconnect everything. You don't need a bunch of tools. Like previously, you'd need like a ton of different tools. Now all you need is a community hub. That's all you need. Direct people into your community hub. It has everything that you need to engage with your audience. It's a replacement for your website. You can just use the landing page we have as your website, bring people in, and it's kind of like a fluid, engaging place. So this is what the events look like. This is the registration. People add them to their calendar. Like you joined this webinar, for example, you might have gone through the same process. Shows who's attending. Everyone gets a notification who's attending about the event. And then also chat. So you can engage in chat as well. So this is what the chat looks like. And it's really easy to use. One moment. I'm just going to tell this person to come inside. One sec. Sorry about that. Cool, done. So the opportunity that we have here is we can run events on different topics. So for example, if you've got something that you want to test out to see if your audience is interested in it, you can run an event on that topic, see how people respond to it, see how people engage with it. And then from there, if they are engaging with it, then you can then post different content about that. You can see what questions people have about the content as well. And you can build content and value through that as well. The other thing we can do through this is chat, obviously, as well. And what I want to do is I want to actually bring you into community and show you a couple of things as well that we have inside of here. So for those that are unfamiliar with community, let me show you what it is, just so you can kind of get a visual picture of how this all works. So one moment. Share my screen here. One sec. All right, so can you see my screen? Hopefully you can. One sec. Resume. Hold up. There we go. Cool. Let me know that you can see this. Awesome. All right. So what we can do then is you can see here, we've got community, we've got courses. So courses here, we've got different courses and content that are available here that people can engage with, that members can engage with. Events show up like this. Everyone gets a calendar so they can see when the events are happening. You can see who's registered. And also we've then got future dates coming up as well. we can see a list of members. So everyone that's a member, this is kind of like our subscriber list. Now, I had a couple of announcements to make. So one of the big announcements that I have for our members of community tonight on this webinar is that we're actually introducing, for the first time, Zapier integration. And that's going to be the first step in actually integrating email autoresponders into the software. So what we're doing here is we obviously have our own email system. We have a way of engaging members within community, and you can use that. But what we wanted to do is open this up, and now you're going to be able to use your own email autoresponder if you want to take people that register into your community hub directly into your subscriber list. So then you can engage them in different ways, put them into different funnels, or direct them to different content inside of your community hub that they may be interested in from your email. So that's a request we've had for a while, and that's something that's also being introduced into here as well. We've got chat, so we can engage in chat directly through this chat icon right here. And we've also got notifications. So your members receive notifications when content is updated that they are interested in, or if you decide to place a post here, you can send the post out as an email, you can schedule it, or you can use it now. And this is another brand new feature we've got, is you can actually use this as a landing page. So you'll see here that within this post that I had for this webinar, what I did is I actually have this turned on. So this is used as a public landing page as well as a post. So let me show you what that looks like. And this is how this replaces your landing pages. And this is how you can also use this for lead generation as well. So let me show you how this looks like on a landing page example. So you see this here. So anyone that came to this post that was not a member of community in my community hub, they would see this. So what we've done is we've actually created a landing page here for members or non-members that want to engage with the content. So I can turn this into a landing page. And if I have something valuable here, then someone can either download that. I can add here a link to where they can join my hub, which I did here. And I can also add in additional content as well. And I can use this like a landing page. So anytime that I post something of value, if I want to link to it, I can link to it directly within my hub. And people that come to this will either be able to, if it's not set as a landing page, register for my hub as a lead. So not only do they become a member of my hub, but I can also direct them into my autoresponder and they become a lead. And also I get a way to produce or post content on a regular basis if I want non-members to see it as well as members. Does that kind of make sense? So this new feature here that we have, it means that any of the pieces of content you have within your community hub can actually be turned into a landing page. And this is how we're using it at the moment. We've also got a timer here as well, so we can set these landing pages and these offers to self-destruct when we want them to. And what we're doing here is we're creating more fluid type landing pages where we can adjust them as we want. We can have offers available there to everyone, or if we want to, we can close them and just have them available for members. And anyone from the outside will need to register as a member and become a lead of ours in order to get that offer or that content. Does that make sense? So that's what community this is what community does. These are what these hubs do. And this is how some of the ways that you can use them as well. So let's get back to our content here. So back to our content. And Ama, there isn't a way that you can take payment right now, but it'll be about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks actually to be safe. We're going to have a payment system rolling out. So then all of our members who are currently using Community will have a shopping cart and be able to take payments, subscriptions, or one-time payments for access to hubs. So it replaces anything that you're using right now. You would be able to use this instead of any of the solutions that you're using right now for payments. And we will then be working on affiliates as a new update. So there's going to be a lot coming down with that. We'll have initially Stripe. So it'll be Stripe that we'll use as well. And then we'll be able to do that. So whatever you post is, are you able to click the button and it will automatically change that post to a landing page? Yes. So that post, any of the content that you have inside of a private hub can be turned into a landing page. So if you want to share it with non-members, You just turn it into a landing page and you can share it with non-members and they can see it. And then you'll have up the top a way that people can then easily join your hub if they want to, but it's kind of like a soft sell. There's no pressure. You can use it as a sales page. You can use it as a landing page to sell something. So you're not restricted to just your members. You can actually reach out to a larger audience as well. So that's where this new landing page feature kind of comes in as well. You can use Community as your central hub. You can engage with members. So you've got here events, you've got chat, you'll be able to engage with members in that way. And then that's going to help you to sell and present your offer to more people. The more people that you've got trust with, you've built up trust with, that you've also provided a substantial amount of value to, and then you show your offer to, the more likely you're going to sell. So the more that you have over here in social media and ads and referrals, the more people you have coming through into community, and the more value you're providing in community, the more trust you're going to be building as well. And that is a currency that's then going to translate into sales, because more people are going to be interested in buying your offer. And that's where community fits in. It fits in the center right here. It means that you don't need any automation software. It means you don't need any email software unless you want to, which I still recommend using. It doesn't mean it won't mean that you need a payment system either. You don't need a chat software. You don't need event software. You don't need a course software. You don't need membership software. You don't need community software. It does all of that for you. So it solves all of those problems, and it prevents you from needing to do all these connections. And it's a more lively type social environment to build the two most important things, which are trust and value with your audience, which is going to translate into sales. And that's where, and this is how we're using it. So this webinar that I'm doing right here, this is going to be turned into a program, a training program. I'm not decided whether we'll add it into community or whether we'll add it into crowd conversion yet. It depends. I'm not sure yet. It depends how well people receive it, and also whether it is really helpful to members or whether it's going to be more valuable for those in the crowd conversion community. So then from there, how do you get people to buy? Through chat and through events, you book either one-on-one meetings or you sell low ticket. So if you're selling high ticket, anything over $3,000, even $3,000, you're going to want one-on-one meetings. A one-on-one meeting is really easy. All you need is a Calendly link. Soon we'll have a replacement to it as well inside of the calendar. We're going to be replacing the need for a software like Calendly in the future. But right now you need Calendly. So when you book in when you find someone that's interested in your content, send them a link. They can book a time to talk with you over Zoom or over, whatever software you're using. And then from there, they join, you have a one-on-one conversation with them, and then you present them your offer. And if it's a good fit for them and they see that it's going to be a lot of value, you're going to be delivering more value than you are charging for, and the risk is low compared to the possible gains that they could get, they're going to join and they're going to sign up and they're going to buy that. So that is one way of selling. And then if it's a lower ticket item, so anything under $3,000, you don't really need that. You can sell directly on the webinar. You can sell directly on the webinar, the event. If you want to, you can sell directly on the event, or you can actually just send out a checkout link from the conversation you're having within chat, and that's going to be enough. You'll usually be able to resolve all of the questions someone might have within chat and then send out a link to buy that. And in future, you might charge for additional access to another hub. So you might have a free hub that you're using to generate leads, engage people, and then you've got a paid hub, which is part of your paid program, which you're selling from that free hub. That's one way of being able to do it. Or you could just have a paid hub and you're just bringing people in from that or to that. Or you just have a free hub and then you're using that to sell your consulting services. There's many ways of doing this. And then from there, you're ready to go. So that's where community is, and that's where it's going. So I know that many of you have access to community already on the call. And I know that many of you are already paying monthly. We've got some members on here that are probably paying around $97 per month per hub. So what I did is about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I announced that we are going to be building a mobile app. And as a result of that, I offered the opportunity to join for a lifetime deal. And the reason that you might want to join this lifetime deal is that if you do enjoy what we're doing, if you like what we're doing with community, and if you're new to hearing about community, by the way, you might want to find out more about it. So then you could join through Community directly. You could sign up at community.com and you could join directly through that. And you could join on our monthly deal, which I believe right now is about $97 per month. Or alternatively, what I recommend doing is if you like what we're doing, you understand the process, you understand the diagram that I've shown you, you want to do that as well. You want to use Community to replace other software that you have. What we're going to be doing is we're extending this deal. The reason is that we've still got a few spots left. We had a cap of 50 lifetime deals we're doing. We've still got some left after that promotion. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to introduce it as well. So if you were thinking about getting access to this, and I know many of you already did, but if you're thinking about getting access to this and you're already paying monthly, or maybe you're new to Community and you'd like to join, this is going to be a really cost-effective way of doing it, if that makes sense. It'll be very cost-effective, and it's going to replace everything that you're using right now. You'll be able to use this for communities. You'll be able to use it for courses, events, communication, obviously, email. You'll be able to use it for chat. You'll be able to use it for payments. You'll be able to use it for landing pages. You'll also be able to use this as well for mobile, for coaching, and that is all going to allow you to do everything from one login, all in one hub. So we've been investing heavily into this. We've actually expanded our team to build this mobile app. We have a team now of about 5 people. We've got 3 developers, a project manager. Now I've got someone who's working on support as well. And this is something that we're building to be a replacement to many of the solutions out there. I'm not going to go through all of this, but basically we've been building this now for about 2 years. It is something that we are doing to really help creators, influencers, and trainers. And we're looking for motivated people who also want to build trust and give value to the audience. Because if you want to do that, then that's really going to, that's what this is going to make this work very, very well. If you want to be someone that is providing value, is helping people and building up an audience in that space, this is going to help to do that. If it's going to be very effective. And when we introduce the mobile app, which is coming in, it's coming in late this year or early next year, it's going to take a few months to do, then it means that you've got notifications, you've got any of your members being able to access anything from their mobile phone. And the great thing about this as well is that everything that you do within Community is accessible from your mobile device. So everything that you see on the computer that I've shown you about Community, you can log in from anywhere in the world on your mobile device, and you'll be able to make updates to your courses. You'll be able to add events. You'll be able to engage in conversations, engage in chat. Most of the selling that I'm doing at the moment with Community is on my mobile device. So you're able to just go on from anywhere you are, and you'll be able to have a conversation, or you'll be able to see it that a message has come in. When we have the mobile app ready, you'll get a notification and you'll be able to see, hey, John has messaged me. He has a question about this product. You can respond to John, or you can leave an audio message for him. And then he's going to go ahead and make the decision that he wants that's going to be the best fit for his business based on the information you give him. So that's what we're building, and that is what you can be a part of today. So if you'd like to join this, you get access to a community, you get access to courses, you get access to events, you get access to chat, you get access to members, you get access to About, which is a landing page. So our About section is kind of like the landing page. It's where it's generated from. The landing page itself is like an opt-in page. It has a place you can register. We've got search, where members can search for anything. So all of the content that you've got, all the value from the past that's inside of your Community hub, it's there for people to search. So if someone joins and hey, I want to find out about, how I run ads, and you've put in information about how to run ads, or you've had questions about how to run ads, it'll show all of that information. So someone will be able to search through and find the information that they want. We've got improved settings. So you can do a lot with the settings. I haven't really gone into settings, but you can do a lot of flexible things with the software right now. We're enhancing that as well. And then we've got the mobile app, which will come soon. So this is what the mobile looks like right now. It's going to look very similar on the mobile app. It gives you the ability to edit anything that you want to edit from mobile. Right now, you can do that. You can access everything. What we want is an icon on your home screen or your members' home screen where they can get notifications from it. They can see everything happening. Right now, the notifications that we send out are through the web app, and they're also through the email, through email. We also have Google Calendar integrated. and a few other options for sending out notifications. But once we have mobile, it's going to be the most effective, because already we're noticing that about 55 to 60% of our members in community they're using a mobile device. So it means that once we get a mobile app out, I expect it'll probably jump to around 65, maybe 70% of members will be using their mobile app to watch your courses, to engage within your communities, to run to access the events, to join the events, as Scott's traveling at the moment, signals dropping out in and out. And the reason that is probably because he's on a mobile device. So right now you can use a mobile device with community. We want to make it even better by using this mobile app. And one of the reasons we're doing that, this is the landing page example right now. So you can see here, you can transform this into these landing pages. We're going to have a subscription page very soon and a sales page that'll be available as well. So you'll be able to actually sell your access to your hub. And that's going to be coming in it'll be about 3 weeks, I think. Safely, it'll be about 3 weeks, conservatively about 3 weeks. So payments is coming very soon. It'll be Stripe, hub payments, and that'll also mean that there's checkout pages as well. And we've had really positive feedback. We have a lot of members who are using this. We have a lot of users right now. I've seen some users making as much as $30,000 from the hub that they have. So this is definitely working. And this model that I've shown you is exactly what they're doing. So all you need to do is just go through each of the steps of that, and you'll be able to do it more effectively. And before I get on to the offer, and before I show you how you can get lifetime access to this, would it be useful? Would you find value in that if I was to produce what we've gone into as a course, a more in-depth course? Would this be really interesting? Would that be really captivating for you? Something that you'd get really excited about going through? And you can obviously do events. We don't have ticketing or anything like that for virtual events. That's Scholar. Okay, cool. That would be good. All right. I'm getting really positive feedback from that. So we've got 50 of its spots available. I think we've filled at the moment about 38. I need to check. There's probably about 12 spots left. I need to check this. Once we hit the 50, that's it. We're closing down the lifetime deal. And most of our members are already paying a monthly subscription cost, or the more recent members are actually paying $97 per month. So if you are a part of that camp, this may be a really good offer for you. So you're going to get 3 community hubs, which I'm actually going to build. I'm going to give you 2 additional bonuses. You get 5 community hubs, and that means that's like 5 brands you can build. Each community has different levels. It has different ways or different levels. So you can basically separate members in many different ways. And each community hub has community that can be divided up based on someone's level as well, courses that can be divided up based on someone's level, and events that can be also divided up. It's got chat, it's got, everything you'd need is in there in one hub. So it's like 5 brands that you get with this. 5 community hubs is like 5 brands. All the features. So you get everything, and you get crowd conversion. Now, crowd conversion is a program that I've been creating content for a while. It's a hub where you'll be able to join that hub, you'll be able to engage in that community. And there's also a course that I've just rolled out into there. So you'll be able to go through what I've described in this call, but a much more in-depth version of it. So I go, for example, into the exact steps, how to create content, how to find hooks. Like I go into precise detail on how to do all of these things. You're also part of a community that are other creators, other influencers who are also building their brands as well. Now, crowd conversion itself costs $49 per month. As part of this, when you get access to this lifetime deal, you get this included, so I can help your business as well. So I'll be able to then help you with what you're doing in your business, and you'll be able to then go ahead and you'll basically be able to use the community software really effectively, and you'll also have me there as well, that you'll be able to message at any time and get responses and help with what you're doing within your community hubs as well, and what you're doing with the crowd conversion method. So if there's anything that you want questions answered on, I'll be available within that hub to help to answer those questions. So that is going to be really valuable as well. Now, the price of this, if you were to go there now and you were to pay this, it will be $3,400 if you were to do it the regular way that we currently have on the website. We're not going to charge that much. Today, you can get access for $997 lifetime. That includes 1 year to crowd conversion, and Also, to help you make your money back fast, you can also immediately become, and this is available to all members. We have this available for all members right now. You can become a community affiliate. So you can earn your money back by referring other people to community, or anyone that joins one of your community hubs. If they also start their own community hub, you get paid 40% commissions on every dollar that they spend within community. So this is a really interesting way of making your money back. If you get 3 people that you have that are members of yours in one of your community hubs that also start their own hubs, you're then into profit. You're making, on a monthly basis, you'll be making more than $120 per month from those 3 people who just simply joined your community hub and then decided to start their own hubs and are paying monthly to do it. So you'll be able to cash in that way as well. And that all adds up. The more members that you get, the more money you're going to be making. And the great thing about this is because the software is really new, you're starting out and everything is fresh. This is a new concept. It's a really, really cool system that is going to save people money and a huge amount of time as well. Because right now, most marketers out there are on they're trying to work through 5 to 6 different software, trying to interconnect everything, trying to, for me, one of the most frustrating things was waiting around for these softwares to load and then having to switch different tabs. I would lose what I was doing and all sorts of things. This problem is solved now because everything is available within each one of these hubs. So you can take that out to other marketers and other business owners as well. So when you get access to this, you get a community, you get courses, you get events, you get chat, you get payments, you get a landing page and also subscription page, payment page, checkout. You get a mobile app, which is coming late this year, early next year. And also we're building in coaching to replace what you might be doing right now through Calendly. That's also going to be replaced as part of the software. And we have even more features available in here, I haven't mentioned, and more coming soon. We're adding features all of the time. So you'll be seeing more and more coming into this on a regular basis as well. So if you want to get access to this today, let me know and put a 1 in the box if you'd like to be part of that first 12, or the last 12, I should say, because we've already had a number of people pick up this lifetime deal in the previous webinar that we had. If you want to be part of that, let me know, put a 1 in the box, and you'll be able to get access at this URL right here. So this URL will be active while we still have these 12 spots left, or until the end of this webinar. If we fill all the spots, then it's going to be taken down. It'll basically just take itself down. So it's going to be available while those spots are still available. So if you do want to get access, community.com/LTD, you'll be able to get access to all of the bonuses, which are available when you get access on this call. And if you decide to pick up this later, then you will still be able to get access to the discount as long as there's still one of those spots left. So if you have any questions on this, let me know. If this is something that interests you, or if you're paying monthly right now and you want to save money on that, then get access to this deal. It is going to be worth it. And also, as far as the training goes, with the lead training that I've gone through, I'm going to create a course and a much more in-depth version of this. I'm not sure yet whether I'll release it in crowd conversion or whether I'll release it in community. We'll see. It might be released in community. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So if that's interesting to you as well, then it'll be great to get your feedback inside of the community hub that we have. So if you go to community.com, I'll put out the URL right now so you can actually just join if you're not yet a member. But if you are a member, then post in here and let me know if you would like that training program. If I get, 5 or 6 people that say, hey, yes, I would love this, then that's enough for me to say, okay, great. I'll include it inside of the community program, and it's, it's worth my while in putting this into a course. So if you do want that and you are on this call and you are using community, then do post and let me know, because that'll help. It'll encourage me to do it. And then it'll mean that I'll have it inside of the course as well. Cool. Lynn, post in the community, community, because I'm hoping that other members that maybe missed this webinar will also be motivated to join, and they may also want to post as well. So do let me know in the chat, and the deal is available here. It's at community.com/LTD. If you have any questions, let me know. And training is always good, Innovators say. Awesome. And good to see you on. And how have you enjoyed the training today? Has it been useful? Was this valuable with leads? Is there anything you'd like more clarification on, or I could add in that would be useful? Let me know if there's something that would be, make it even better. And Mary, I saw you come through. I saw that you purchased the other day, I believe, right? The link that I sent you. So you are in, and I believe that you have access, right, to community. Everything's in there. If it's not, let me know, and I'll make sure that's hooked up. Cool. And to your question, I will shoot you a message. Just send me an email in Gmail, and then that'll be good. What is a linchpin funnel? How is it different than other funnels? I'm not entirely sure. From what I've heard, it's basically a subscription model. So when someone goes through the sales funnel, you offer them like a hub, for example, for a subscription cost. So you've got monthly recurring payments coming through. I believe that's what it is. And that's what I've grasped from listening to other people talk about it. And I think it's a good model. I think it's good, but I don't think it's as effective, and I don't think it addresses the underlying problems with sales funnels at the moment. The underlying problem being that people cannot trust as easily someone on a sales funnel that they can someone that's posting regularly on social media and providing value. There's not as much value provided from a funnel. It's kind of like an add-on if you've already been providing value. But the problem with it as well is that it does put that question in people's mind at the moment anyway, because so many people have gone through them. It's kind of like when I'm on a sales funnel, I'm not thinking about, hey, is this going to be a good offer for me or not? I'm thinking of how much money do I have to pay to get this thing that's being promised? How many upgrades am I going to go through? Especially when it comes through an advertisement. I think that's part of the reason that funnels are not working very well. It's not only that advertising isn't working well, it's that I believe that funnels aren't working well because they actually erode trust. They don't build it, if that makes sense. If I see someone that's selling on a sales funnel, there is a cost that comes along with that. The cost being that I'm less likely to trust them if I see lots of upsells and upgrades within that sales funnel. There's just a cost associated with that, as opposed to someone that's giving a lots of value and then having conversations and kind of engaging with people. That's going to be way more compelling. And that's what I think now is going to be a much better strategy than the old way of doing things. And that's what I'm doing. Any other questions? Let me know if you have any other questions. Hopefully I've covered this well, and that everything is there. If you want the replay, then I'll be able to post that as well. And that will hopefully give you some a chance to go over this again and pick up on anything that might be really useful as well. I've been paying monthly since you launched this as Scholar and have the business. So what is the difference? So Scholar, what we did is we previously had Scholar, which was, it depends whether you purchase virtual events or groups, but there was confusion because virtual events with Scholar was on the same domain as the groups. So our Scholar Groups package became Community, and anyone such as yourself who's been paying monthly for Scholar Groups, I believe you're probably paying monthly for Scholar Groups. I'm just going to assume they were upgraded to Community and received all of the features along with it. And Scholar became virtual events. So this is no longer Scholar, it's Community. But you will be able to, I believe you'll be able to get access to it with your monthly because you are paying monthly for Scholar Groups. So the advantage to you in this would be that if you don't want to pay monthly for access to Community anymore, you like what we're doing here and you would like to be able to upgrade to a monthly pay, or basically get a lifetime deal so you don't have to pay monthly anymore, and also get the bonuses associated with this as well, then you can join this lifetime deal and you can stop the monthly payments that you are paying right now. And then, you'll save money from doing that. And also then you're able to replace all these software and there's no recurring cost to worry about, essentially. Cool. Replays needed due to start time confusion. Yes, sorry about that. That will not, hopefully that won't happen again. The connection cut out and I had to reset Zoom and restart my monitor. So But yeah, I'll definitely replace that, send out that replay. And there was some confusion as well in terms of the start time. That was my fault. I made a mistake in the listing. I was able to edit it, which was good, but I didn't edit it maybe soon enough. So I sent out an email to kind of help, but I think there was still a few people that missed it, which is why we need a mobile app. Because if we have a mobile app, then I can just send you a notification and then there's no big deal. So that's what we'll be doing soon. Jerry, yes, I'm going to have a look at support and I'll look out for your name and I'll send you a message. Cool. All good. Now, any future topics you'd like me to cover, let me know in the chat. I've been working a lot on videos. I've been in the process of creating crowd conversion training videos. And then next, after I've finished that, which will be this week, I'll finish that. I'll be moving into the next training program. I believe leads is what people are most interested in. It's more of a hunch. I don't know that for sure. Is there anything in particular you would like to know about more? Maybe I've already got a training program inside of Community for going through the program, learning the software. What else could I do that would help you within the communities that you're building, and how you use the hubs as well? If anything comes to mind, let me know, or feel free to post inside of the community hub that we've got for Community, and that'll be great feedback to get as well. Copywriting is a good topic. So I think copywriting posts might be interesting, or how to provide value in that. Copywriting, it's definitely a very useful skill when it comes to email. And there is a lot that I could share on that. Even just communicating in general through the system we've got. Okay, I'll think on that. That's a good suggestion. Thanks for that, Mary. All right. Well, I think if that brings us to the end, if that's all the questions we've got, that'll bring us to the end of this call. Hopefully, this has been really enjoyable. And in about a week, we have an office hours call for Community. So if you're a user of the software, you'll be able to join that. I'll be going through all the updates we've been rolling out. We've been rolling out a ton of updates. It's been hundreds since the last call that we did. We've rolled out hundreds of updates since the last call that we did. We've made a lot of improvements, and there are some big things that are coming at the moment down the way, which will be really good as well. We've also had members of ours making affiliate sales, which is great. We've had new users signing up on a regular basis, which has been great as well. And the traffic has increased to the website substantially. So it means that members are joining hubs. It means that people are using the software, which is great. And at the moment, we're in the process of getting ready to roll out our what is quite a major update with payments. So that will be, hopefully I'll be able to share some details of that. It won't be on this office hours, but the next one after this next one, I'll be able to show you exactly what we've done, how payments work, how to use them. All of that will be in there, and I'll be able to update the training as well. So that's something to look forward to as well. But thanks once again for coming on the call, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Any questions, feel free to shoot me a chat if something comes to mind inside of Community, or a message inside of the community, and I'll respond there. Otherwise, I hope this has been a good webinar. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. So good luck with what you're doing in business. If there's anything that I can help you with, feel free to shoot me a message inside of Community, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. So have a great day, great evening, great morning, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you again soon. All right. See you later. Bye, Dawny. See you, Mary. Awesome.